Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. My name is Helen and I am so happy to welcome you to this week's pick a card reading. As you can see, we are dealing with some urgent messages that you need to hear the most right now that are going to help you move forward towards your highest good with the most clarity and purpose. So that's the aim of today's pick a card reading. Now, as you can see, we have 4 piles in front of us today. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Now, for those of you who like to choose based off of gemstones, we have some attached to these piles as well. The Bloodstone is, let me try and make you see it a bit better. Hopefully it will focus. There we go. Okay, sorry, I had to change arms and all of that because, yeah, it just wasn't focusing. So anyway, this is pile number 1's Bloodstone. For pile number 2, we have Sodalite or Sodalite, however you want to call it. There we go. For pile number 3, we have this Shiva Lingam. And for pile number 4, we have Serpentine. Right, so these are your 4 piles. If you are very old friends with pick a card readings, if you know exactly how these things work, then you can just go ahead, click on the timestamp that you can find in the description box or down below in the comment section and just jump straight to your reading. But if you are rather new to pick a card readings or you're not exactly sure how to choose, then here's a couple of tips that may help you. The best way to go about it is to just follow your first gut instinct, your first gut reaction. Which pile, when you look at it, feels like it is the most attractive to you or feels the most interesting, some kind of, like, can you feel some kind of pull towards any specific pile? If you can't, then you can also go based off of which gemstone you physically like the most or like aesthetically like the most. Or you may even go off of like which number speaks to you the most, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Either or any of these methods really work. They are absolutely fine because I believe that there is a certain sense of divinity in these readings, and whatever pile you choose, you cannot choose wrong. So you are definitely going to be hearing the messages that you need to hear, that you need to receive. So whichever pile you choose, there will surely be something in there that will speak to you in some way. Now, if you are drawn to more than one pile, that is absolutely fine. It may be that there are several like very important, very urgent messages that you need to hear right now. So just go ahead, watch several piles if you want to. But yeah, usually it tends to be that one very specific pile is the one that kind of talks to us the most or resonates with us the most. But I'm going to leave you here to choose. Take your time, pause the video if you have to, meditate on the piles if you have to, or just kind of go off of whatever pile you feel looks the most interesting or looks the most pleasing to you. Whenever you're ready, go and find the timestamp and jump into the reading. And I am going to see you guys in just a bit. Hello, pile number 1. You guys chose the Bloodstone, which is a stone of Capricorn. Very earthy, very grounded, and also actually tied to money or like, yeah, material abundance. So it is a very good stone if you want to kick up your ambition and your motivation. But we're going to put it off to the side. Actually, let me try and find a better place for it. Let's keep it over here. It's very small, but you know, it'll be there. So we are actually going to start with these 4 cards over here. And these first 2 bigger cards are going to show us your current energy that you are in right now, your kind of current circumstances. And these 2 little oracle cards are going to give us some more context or some additional information. So basically, all of these cards are here to tell us about the circumstances that you find yourself in right now. And that will allow you to kind of really confirm for yourself that this is in fact your pile, that you're watching the correct pile for yourself. And it will also give us some more context into like what area or what specific theme or subject you need to hear these urgent messages about. So let's see. Okay, we have the Magician in reverse. Oh, wow. And we have the World. Okay. Well, look at that. We have Transformation and Secrets. Okay. I really feel that for you, pile number one, there may be some kind of manifestations that you have kind of set or sent into the ethers quite a long time ago already. They are something that you have been hoping for, working towards, praying on, something like that. Some kind of your manifestations are going to be arriving. I feel like the turning point is actually happening right now, where you may actually start seeing, or you may already have started seeing, some of the fruits of your labor. You have been patient. You have been tirelessly working towards the goals that you want to achieve, the things that you want to attain. You have been working towards those things without giving up on them, and I feel like your efforts are finally paying off. It's actually funny again that we are specifically talking about the pile with the Bloodstone, that you chose this specific gemstone, because as I was saying, the stone is also tied to money and material wealth, material abundance. It's very, because it is a card, a gemstone of Capricorn. It is very much associated with like climbing the ladder and achievement and attaining your dreams, attaining your goals. Because Capricorn is such an ambitious sign, it seems that that's kind of what you are going through right now. And it feels like there is a lot for you to celebrate. There is a lot for you to be proud of. There is a lot for you to be joyous about, because it has been a difficult journey, but you have not given up. You have not walked away. You have not called it quits, even though you may have been tempted several times during the process. But it seems that finally you are being rewarded for your patience, for your steadfastness, and for your determination. Now, the only thing that is kind of tripping me up is this Secrets card. This is kind of the only one that doesn't really fit the picture. It's almost like whatever it is that you are reaping, like these rewards that you are reaping, you may be keeping them a secret. You may not be sharing your triumphs, your results, your rewards with everyone very freely. I'm kind of looking at this transformation card as well, because I feel like whatever it is that you have accomplished or are in the middle of accomplishing right now, it seems that you are very much keeping it close to your chest. Like your transformation is something that you are not very openly sharing with other people. And even though I was talking about, because of the Bloodstone, I was talking about like rewards and like maybe like financial achievements or monetary achievements, material achievements, that could be like part of it, but it doesn't necessarily have to just speak about like some kind of material abundance or some kind of material rewards that you are getting right now. It could also be talking about some kind of internal change that you have gone through, some kind of internal growth that you have gone through, where you may be feeling almost like a completely different person now. You may have been going through a very, very like difficult period where you may have felt like you had no control over what was happening. You may have felt like whatever you were doing, it just wasn't giving you the results that you were looking for. Whatever you were doing, you were just grasping and you couldn't really hold on to anything. You were just kind of swept up with the current and you kind of had to go with it. But you made it to the end. So again, just to make it clear, whether this is actually talking about some kind of material achievement, some kind of, I just heard investments as well. Maybe that's for some of you, maybe your investments paid off. But whether it is some kind of material achievement that you are in the process of enjoying or reaping the rewards of your hard work, or whether it is a more spiritual achievement that you are in the middle of, like some kind of internal growing process or some kind of internal development that you have gone through. Regardless of which one it is, it seems that you are not really, again, you're not really sharing it with other people. You are very much keeping it close to your chest for the time being. I feel like you're safeguarding it. You're safeguarding it from other people, because I feel like for some of you, it's definitely, especially if it's some kind of like internal change or transformation that you've gone through, for some of you, it's just such a fragile thing that you don't want anyone to kind of taint it. You don't want anyone to kind of have a chance to ruin it somehow. So you're kind of protecting it. You're keeping it safe from anyone's like negative influences. But for others of you, especially if it's like some kind of material or physical transformation or reward that you are getting, you don't feel like it's the right time yet to kind of let other people in on it. Or you might just like feel that you don't really want to, like it's none of other people's business, and you might just feel like you don't really want to broadcast your achievements to other people. That is not necessary. I just saw 111 on the camera as well. So yeah, it's whatever this is, whatever this transformation is, it seems that it has been quite a shift that you have gone through, and you have kind of come out on the other end. But again, you're kind of keeping it under wraps for the time being. But it's a really cool state to be in, I have to say. And it also feels very, very wise, especially with this secrets card. I feel like you're really trusting your intuition on that, especially with the moon being over here. I feel like you're really trusting your intuition and following what feels right for you. And I feel like whatever it is that you have achieved, it doesn't feel like the right time. It doesn't feel like the right thing for you at this time to bring other people in on this shift that you have gone through. But let's see what kind of urgent messages Spirit has for you. So we are going to look at 4 tarot cards. The first 2 are going to show us what you need to know right now, and the other 2 are going to show us what you need to do right now. So let's see. Okay, we have the 2 of Coins with the Knave of Swords in reverse, or the Page of Swords. Oh wow, with the Knight of Swords and the 5 of Swords in reverse. Let me push those out of the way as well. Okay, so what I feel that you urgently need to know right now is that this process that you are in, these results that you are seeing, that it's not quite complete just yet. That it's still an ongoing process, and things are still kind of falling into place, and the equilibrium is still in the middle of happening. So you don't have all of the information quite yet. So just kind of it's important for you to know that, so that you wouldn't make any hasty steps, that you wouldn't make any hasty changes. because things are still kind of unraveling. Things are still, as I said, falling into place, finding their balance, finding their equilibrium. And it's still, even though you are already seeing results, it's still important for you to kind of keep it steady and go in this very methodical, very well thought through pace, and not rush anything. So I feel like this secrets card is actually a really positive one, if you do resonate with the part of like keeping your transformation or keeping your results very much close to your chest and not really sharing them openly. If that's you, then I feel like you are doing a very good job, and it's kind of being reflected back with this Knave of Swords over here, saying that that's exactly what you should be doing. You should be kind of keeping it quiet for the time being. It's important to kind of keep the same approach because, again, there's like some things that you are not quite seeing just yet. Some things that haven't been revealed to you just yet. There are things still unfolding. So the secrets card might actually be twofold in the sense that there are still secrets for you to be discovered as well. And when I look at these two cards over here, which are talking about what you should or what you need to do right now, what is important for you to do right now, I'm kind of getting a mirroring back of the same information or the same message, which is that I feel like talking to other people about your progress, about your processes, about what is going on with you, it might not be the best idea right now, because I feel like there may be people who don't take it in the best way, who may be triggered by your success, or who may be triggered by your transformation that you have gone through and that you are still going through. It may be very triggering for some people. So I feel like what is important for you right now is to kind of keep your head down and focus on your process. Keep going towards the finish line. Yeah, keep going towards the finish line. And don't let yourself get distracted by anyone or anything else. Because I feel like the finish line is really close. It's very, very close. But it's important for you to see it through. Be very, very mindful of like how you talk to other people in general. Because I'm also kind of getting the sense that with you having gone through these changes and shifts, it might be that other people, like you may be a trigger for them. Maybe you might not even do it like intentionally, just the fact that you have changed and you have gone through this growth. It may be triggering to other people and mirroring back to them their own like shortcomings, or it may be triggering back to them it may be mirroring back to them how they have maybe not taken the necessary steps to bring about the changes that they would like to see in their own lives. So you are kind of acting like this triggering mirror to some other people. So you may encounter like misunderstandings, conflicts, and just kind of butting heads with other people. And again, it might not even be intentional. It's just kind of a byproduct of these shifting and changing energies that you are in right now. And as you may be a trigger for other people may in turn act as a trigger to you as well. Because you are changing, you are shifting, you are transforming, it may become evidently more clear to you that maybe some other people don't really resonate with you that well anymore, or you don't really resonate with them that well anymore. So what may happen unintentionally is that you may find yourself in, like, again, arguments, misunderstandings, tense energies or tense conversations that you maybe wouldn't like to get into, or wouldn't have liked to get into, but that end up happening anyway, because there is this tension that is happening between your energy and other people's energy. So again, I feel like conversation and verbal expression is very, very, very important right now. So definitely pay attention to your words, and as much as possible, like don't don't tell other people too openly about everything that you are achieving and everything that you are going through, because again, it might be met with a lot of like misunderstandings on other people's part. Okay, so right, quite quick and short and sweet, but it feels like, yeah, it feels like your message is very straightforward, and you just kind of have to keep doing what you're doing, because it seems that you are doing something really amazing. There's nothing really that I don't see anything necessarily wrong with you right now, or anything that is kind of out of place. I just see things falling into place more so than anything else, and you just kind of having to finish up this process and come out the other end without any distractions. That's the main message here. But we still have some oracle cards left. I'm going to again push those to the side. We're going to start with these two, and these two are going to show us what is going to help you during this process. So let's see. Sorry. We have rejoice in celebration in reverse. Oh my goodness and God, I wanted to say those two at the same time. And we have truth in reverse. Oh my God. Okay, so I feel like we already talked about it, so I don't think that I need to discuss these in length. Truth in this deck is actually like the Judgment card. It's number 20. So yeah, it's like the Judgment card. But with both of these cards, with the Three of Cups, or Rejoice in Celebration as it is called in this one, and Truth, both coming out in reverse, again, it's just saying that basically it's not yet time. The time is not right just yet for you to put your feet on the wall and relax and kind of, again, come together with your friends, with your colleagues, with your neighbors, with your siblings, or with your children, or with your spouse, or whoever you have around you. It's not quite time yet to celebrate and to share these rewards or these results with them. It's just better to kind of keep going towards the finish line, as I already said, and kind of be a bit more tight-lipped for the time being. It doesn't mean that you can't share the things eventually, but just for the time being, it's not the right time just yet. But we have these two last oracle cards over here as well, and those two are going to show us what is the most important piece of advice or last piece of guidance that you really need to hear right now. Okay, wow, we have Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle, and Hermit, retreat and recharge. Yeah, so again, I feel like I don't even know why I'm doing this reading for you, pile one, because it seems that you have got it all under control. You don't really even need me to tell you anything. You don't need spirit to tell you anything either, because you are so on the right track, and clearly you are reaping the rewards for it. You're starting to see the actual physical results. So I feel like basically these two cards over here are just saying that, you know, again, overcome any obstacle, push through to the finish line. Push to the finish line. There's not that much left for you to go through. You are almost there. Just don't give up, and again, keep going with the flow. Let things unfold as they will. And also, again, with this Hermit card, I feel like it's kind of a twofold message, which again is more so confirming that this is a time for like self-focus, maybe even somewhat like distancing yourself from other people, that might do you some good as well, just so that you wouldn't get, again, so you wouldn't get distracted by other people and any other things that may be happening around you, but that you would be focused on seeing this transformation through to the end. And also the second message with this Hermit card that I'm getting is that don't forget to check in with yourself constantly, because going through these major shifts, and this feels like a really big shift that you are going through. This feels like a really, really, really almost like a life-altering change that you have gone through, or that you are now finishing up. So don't forget to allow yourself the space and the time to kind of unwind and to relax, to let yourself just be, right? And to recharge your batteries before you keep pushing forward. So yeah, keep your eye on the prize, don't give up, but at the same time check in with yourself and see whenever your body tells you that, okay, now is a good time to kind of slow down for a bit and take a breather and then keep going. Okay, so I feel like that's kind of the sole message here for you. I don't feel like I have anything else to say. Just the main thing for you to take with you right now, the most urgent message that you need to know, pile one, is that you are so on the right path. Things are unfolding. Things are finally materializing and manifesting for you. Things that you have been hoping for and working towards for a long time. But it's not over and done with just yet. So keep pushing, keep going, but don't share your progress, don't share your transformation and your results with other people just yet, because things are still unraveling and there's more for you to discover, there's more for you to accomplish. Okay? So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, pile number one. Thank you so much for watching. This was such a positive reading, I feel like. So good job, well done. You should be super proud of yourselves, and that's it really. If I don't see you in any of the other piles, I am wishing you guys all the best. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I hope to see you again on my channel real soon. Bye-bye. Okay, pile number two. You guys chose the Sodalite or Sodalite stone. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, so I'm just gonna leave it there. But I'm gonna put it on the side for you over here so that you can see it. It's kind of small, but you know, it's okay. You're still able to see it. So this is what I call my like truth stone because as you can see, it has this like bluish tone and it's webbed with like white formations. I'm not exactly sure what's the best word to use, but yeah, it's this beautiful like webbed stone. So I call it my truth stone because due to the blue hues that it has, I associate it with the throat chakra. So yeah, it's kind of like clear self-expression and yeah, just like speaking and expressing yourself and staying true to who you are and what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. So anyway, we are going to start off with your reading. Or we're going to start with your reading. These 4 cards over here, these are going to give us some context about what you are going through right now. What are your current circumstances? What kind of energy you are in. So if this part resonates with you, then it is very clearly your message, and you can kind of get this nice confirmation for yourself that you are in fact watching the correct pile. So let's see what we can find out. Okay, we have the Star in reverse. Oh, with the 10 of Wands. Okay, we have my home is my castle and Sea Witch. Okay, the first thing that I'm actually noticing, I just want to draw attention to the design of the cards, which are very much resembling each other. I'm looking at this Ten of Wands and I'm looking at this My Home is My Castle. And on both of these cards, it feels like the lady is just, it's like she's carrying the world with her. She's carrying the world on her shoulders. And because we also have this Star card coming out in reverse over here, I feel like you may be feeling like you are bogged down by your life, bogged down by everything that you need to do. You may have a lot of responsibilities. You may have like an actual family to take care of. Especially I'm looking at this card over here. I think this is the only child card in the whole deck. So you may actually have a child that you are taking care of. You may have many children or like several children that you're taking care of. Or you may be kind of like the breadwinner in the family, or you may have like a lot of estate or a lot of properties that you need to take care of or something like that. If you are in the real estate, if you have a lot of real estate or something like that, but that's like, that feels more specific. That feels more of like a specific message. But it just in general feels like you have the whole world on your shoulders. Like you have so many things that you need to worry about, so many things that you need to take care of. And it's not just you. You're not just responsible for yourself. You are responsible for other things or other people as well. And I do feel like it is slightly becoming a bit too much for you. It's slightly becoming, or has become, too taxing for you. You may be finding yourself in a point where it just feels like you are in this slump and you are finding it very difficult to see a way out or to see any kind of relief coming your way. It's funny as well because normally this My Home is My Castle card is more about like security, or with the slogan, with the keyword, I'm actually usually getting a sense of security and like comfort, safety, those kinds of keywords. But with you, it just feels like everything that you have accumulated for yourself, everything that you have gathered, or yeah, like basically the point that you are in your life right now has become a burden for you rather than a joy, rather than a sense of accomplishment. And I do feel like you have accomplished a lot. I do feel like you have done a lot. And it doesn't have to mean that you are living in like in a fancy apartment or in a fancy house, or that you have to have a lot of money, or that you have to have a lot of possessions. It doesn't have to mean that at all. It just means that you have worked hard for what you have wanted, for what you believe in, for what you desire. You have gone after those things. And again, it doesn't have to be material. Those can be like friendships or great relationships, or experiences, or like any kind of lessons or growth or studies or whatever those may be. But I do feel that you have accomplished a lot. You have grown a lot in your lifetime. And you have seen a lot for some reason. I don't know why I want to say that, but you have seen a lot. So you may be someone who has traveled a lot when traveling was still possible or when it was still easy and kind of like a normal thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily see like full despair. I don't see like complete giving up or anything like that. I mostly just see that, again, that you have maybe lost this spark. You have lost this spark to keep pushing forward, or you may be in this state of you just can't. You kind of have to slow down. You kind of have to take a step back and just be, because there's just like, you may feel like you're kind of out of juice, or you may just feel like you are not exactly sure what you are doing it all for anymore. Like you may have lost the point in that, or the purpose in that. You may have lost the goal, or the end, the end goal, or the light at the end of the tunnel that you have been working towards. Or you may be kind of in a state where you're not exactly sure what you want anymore and what is worth going after anymore. So there is this kind of confusion, and there is this like being out of juice, being out of energy, and just feeling like everything is a bit too much. But at the same time, with the Sea Witch card over here, I also feel like, as I said, I don't see you being in complete despair, because I get the sense that there is a desire in you to move forward, or to find a way out of this situation. For some of you, you may be even thinking about like starting something completely new, something like completely separate from everything that you have been doing up to this point and everything that you have been working towards up to this point. You may have like started coming up with ideas for a completely new path, or you may be desiring a completely new path if you haven't come up with an idea already. But in any case, the main keywords here are like being so completely bogged down by everything that you have and everything that you are responsible for, and kind of feeling like you don't have it in you anymore to keep pushing on this path that you are on, or you don't really see the point in that path anymore. And maybe looking for a new path, looking for a new adventure or a new avenue to follow. Or you may have already done that. You may have already set your sights on something new. But yeah, that's kind of the keywords that I'm getting here. So whatever it is that you resonate with the most that I was saying, the general feeling is that you are tired. You are tired. But let's see what the urgent messages are for you that would help you get out of this slump, that you really, really, really need to know right now, so that you could move towards your highest good. So the first two cards are going to show us what you need to know, and the other two cards are going to show us what you need to do. So let's see. Yeah, we have Judgment with the King of Coins. Oh, look at that. And the star is upright in this one. And the King of Wands. Okay, this is such a weird combo. We have two kings with two major arcanas coming out. I feel like the urgent message for you, pile number 2, is that you need to know that the answers, the clarity that you are looking for is coming. The sense of purpose, or the sense of direction towards what would truly bring you this fulfillment, or what would truly bring you a sense of accomplishment and a sense of happiness, prosperity, abundance, that is coming. I feel like it's almost saying to you that instead of pushing forward on this path that you kind of already feel that is not really aligning with you anymore, or it's not fulfilling you anymore, and it has instead become more of like a burden or a drain on your energy, it's important for you to like listen to your body. There is a reason why you feel tired. So it's your body's way of saying, it's your body's way of signaling to you that you have been overexerting your energy. You have been draining your energy excessively, and now you have to kind of allow yourself to regain that strength. And while you are doing that, the quietude, the stillness, the peace, when you're not like rushing to get anything done, or when you're not running about, again, draining your energy on all of these responsibilities and all of these things. And I'm not saying that you should stop like fulfilling your responsibilities, but I do feel that there is this prioritization that needs to happen where you truly pinpoint the things that are crucial for your well-being, for your safety, for your health, and for your life and for the life of others, especially if you have like a family to look after as well. Like those things are really important, right? To keep yourself and your family alive, obviously, but everything else, I feel like it's really important for yourself to ask whether all of those things are truly important, or whether there are some things that you can drop from your responsibilities and from those things that you are constantly putting your energy into, especially if you don't feel like they light you up anymore, if you don't feel like you are motivated to do those things anymore. It's a question of setting your priorities straight and really putting down the list for yourself that you deem, like what are those things that you deem important enough to work for or to accomplish, and what are these things, what are these responsibilities that are just a drain and a weight on you, that don't actually fill you up in any way, that don't actually give you any joy back, right? So yeah, I feel like the stillness and the slowing down that your body is kind of giving you notice of is so that you could actually tune into the wisdom and the direction that you are being called to. Again, for some of you, I feel like that has already kind of happened, or that you're already thinking about a new direction, or you're dreaming about a new direction. Yeah, for some of you, it might be actually that you are gaining some kind of insight in your dreams. But for others of you, I feel like it's something that you kind of need to slow down to allow that to happen. I feel like a very important message for you is that your kind of internal intelligence, your body, all of your senses, your intuition, those aspects of you are much more important, much more powerful than you realize. And I feel like they actually speak to you really clearly. It's funny again that we're talking about like speaking, because exactly that's what I was talking about with the Sodalite stone as well. That to me, it's a card of like expression and truth. And I feel like this is kind of talking about your body speaking to you, like your actual senses, your intuition, your gut instincts, like all of those inklings that you may get. I feel like those are actually very, very well honed in you, or they are very like developed, and they are a really good guiding force for you. But again, if you are constantly running about doing all of these things, then it's really difficult for you to actually pay attention to your body. So yeah, I feel like your body, your kind of internal intelligence centers have a lot to say to you right now. And they are going to guide you to a very positive, a very prosperous path. But you kind of need to listen. I'm getting a lot of like career, business or work thing, because I kind of feel like it is tied to your work or tied to your job. But again, it doesn't have to be, so please take it as it resonates. But yeah, there is some very important information coming your way to direct you to a very secure and very beneficial path for you, that would actually give you the fulfillment that you feel that you lack right now, and the sense of purpose as well. So truly what you really need to do right now is kind of focus on, first and foremost, to focus on healing, to focus on allowing yourself to have the space to, again, recharge your batteries, to regain your energy, to get yourself back on track, because you can't run on empty. It's just not possible. So it's really important for you to focus on your well-being right now, and to really listen to your body. But also, I feel like once this kind of inspiration strikes, or once this clarity comes, once you find your new path that you want to propel yourself towards, once you find this new purpose for yourself, right, that is a completely different one than the one that you are in right now, where you have kind of lost your sense of purpose, or where you have lost the meaning behind the things that you are doing right now. Once you find this new direction for yourself, it is important for you to kind of wholeheartedly put yourself into that thing that really lights you up, that really makes you happy, that really kind of brings on this buzz in you. It's important to kind of go after that with a lot of courage, a lot of determination, and a lot of self-belief. And I kind of feel like for you, that might not actually even be an issue because it seems that even as you are in this state right now, where you feel tired, where you feel exhausted, I still see you kind of pushing forward. I still see you doing the things that you feel that you need to do. You seem like a very responsible person who doesn't just throw caution to the wind. So I kind of feel like this is not even going to be an issue for you. This is not going to be difficult for you. You will just give it your all, because I feel like that's the only way that you know how to go about things, to do things, to accomplish things. And again, I feel like it's very important for you to have faith first and foremost in yourself, because with the star coming out twice, I get the sense that, again, that the question of hope and faith may be somewhat a tricky one for you right now. But I do see you being, again, more powerful than you realize. Your intuition is more strong than you realize. Your kind of psychic senses, your spiritual team is talking to you more clearly than you realize. So really all you need to do is just trust in yourself that you are getting the right messages, and again, trust that how you are feeling and what your body is telling you is the right advice for you. It's the right course of action for you. Okay? So let's see what else we can find out. We have these two oracle cards over here, which are going to show us what is going to help you as you are going through this. We have balance in reverse and heart chakra. Yeah, what was I saying? What was I saying about your like internal intelligence centers and how it's really important for you to listen to those? I feel like your heart is a very powerful center coming out over here. The thing that is going to help you the most is getting yourself out of your own head as much as possible. And again, just focusing on what your body is telling you, focusing on what your heart is telling you, and what your gut is kind of, what kind of nudges your gut is giving you. It's really important to listen to yourself and kind of try and like shift the focus away from the rational aspect and kind of put your heart space first. Let your heart lead you and guide you forward at this time. And I do also feel inclined to say that for those of you who are doing like actual self-sacrificing for someone or for something, if you are pushing forward at the detriment of yourself, then I feel like it's very important to kind of turn your focus on yourself, to turn your focus inward and kind of put yourself first for a change. Especially if you've been putting other people first all the time, if you've been doing everything that other people want you to do or everything that other people expect you to do, if you have been giving all of yourself for the benefit of others, then it seems that it is very crucial for you to kind of dial it back a bit and not focus so much on what everyone else needs, but focus on what you need at this time. Because again, you can't run on empty. You don't have anything to give to others if you yourself are an empty vessel. So this message of healing, this message of really listening to yourself and really paying attention to what you are feeling is coming through so strongly for you guys. So strongly. I really feel like your body has some very significant messages for you. So you just need to listen. That's all there is. Because if you listened, you would know exactly what you needed to do. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. But these last two oracle cards, before we close this reading out, pile number 2, these last two oracle cards are going to show us what is the most important piece of advice or guidance for you as you are experiencing this situation. Wow, we have Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours, and great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. Yeah, this one specifically, I just want to point out that I feel like this is again almost like emphasizing how important it is for you to listen to yourself, because again, your spiritual experiences, what you are feeling, these intuitive hits that you are getting, maybe even the messages in your dreams that you're getting, they are all speaking to you. So heed the call, take notice of what is coming through for you, and act on those. Move forward based on those. Trust those more, because again, it seems that this question of trust, this question of faith that I was talking about before, this question of like hope and faith and trust is clearly an issue for you right now, because again, you have kind of lost the sense or lost the purpose. So just trust that everything is fine. Trust that you are being guided to where you need to go, and that your own internal guidance is very adequate, very, very adequate, and very much on point. And especially if you are someone who is a much more rational person, who likes to kind of analyze things more, if you are a Virgo, for instance, because the Sodalite stone is a Virgo stone, or if you're another earth sign, a Taurus or a Capricorn, then I feel like you need to really kind of ease up on the analytical part, because I do get that for some of you, the one of the reasons why you may feel reluctant to like let this path go, why you feel reluctant to fully invest yourself in something new, is because you may feel that from a practical point of view, this has been a waste of time, or you don't want to let go or just kind of throw it out the window, this thing that you have been working towards, or this all of this time and energy that you have put into something. It may feel like a waste of time or a waste of energy to you, but I feel like this card over here, this Coyote Spirit card, is saying that, like, even if you don't understand why you had to go through that path or that journey, and why you are now being kind of led or directed to a different path, even though that may not make sense to you, trust that it is all part of a greater plan. It is all part of a bigger kind of blueprint for you. So yeah, if you are someone who is very, very practical, very analytical, very rational, and tends to more so operate from your mind rather than listen to your instincts, then yeah, this is definitely a message for you to try and tune yourself out of your head and start paying attention more to these spiritual experiences that you are going through, and again, these senses that you have, because I do feel like, again, I feel like I need to repeat it one more time, you are way more powerful than you realize. You may be even more psychic than you realize. Especially with the Sea Witch, like you may start seeing or hearing or feeling some things more, and like discovering these psychic abilities within you. So yeah, just really, it's the main message that I want to leave you with pile number 2 is that for you, the most important thing is to focus on how you are feeling, is to focus on listening to yourself, listening to your body, what it's telling you, and respecting its needs or respecting its requirements, and really following what your internal guidance is telling you, right? That's all you need to do is to allow yourself the time and the space to kind of put yourself first, to recharge, to replenish your energy, and to get yourself back on track, and follow your internal guidance. See where it takes you, see where it leads you, because I do feel like it is taking you to some absolutely amazing places. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I feel like I repeated myself quite a lot in this one, but it does feel like these messages had to be repeated because they were so important for you to come through. And yeah, I hope that it helped. So thank you so much, my sweet pile number 2, for watching this reading and for spending this time with me. And if you got something useful from this, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up. And if you decided to subscribe, I would love it the most, because I would love to hang out with you in the future as well. But if I don't see you in any of the other piles, then I am wishing you guys all the best. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I truly do hope to see you very soon on my channel. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. You guys chose the Shiva Lingam stone, which is it's a very special stone. Let's just say it like that. And I feel like it is a great stone to bring together your masculine and your feminine energies, to balance them out. And for all of those people who are trying to either speed through their speed through is not the right word or term, but if you are trying to kind of get through your spiritual awakening quicker, or if you're trying to, I know that some people are also trying to bring about or bring forth the Kundalini awakening in them. I'm not exactly sure whether that's actually possible, but anyway, I know that some people try and do that, and the Kundalini energy is actually very associated with the Shiva Lingam stone as well. And it's a great stone for the sacral chakra in general as well. So yeah, it's just very, very heavily tied to the masculine and feminine energies, and creativity and all of that. So that's enough about the stone. Let's move on to these cards over here. We're starting off with these 4 cards, which are going to tell us a bit about your current circumstances that you find yourself in. We're going to get some context into your energy, and this will first of all give us a clue as to what these urgent messages are referring to, but also it will give you a chance to really confirm for yourself that you are in fact watching the correct pile for yourself, if you are resonating with these keywords. So let's see. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh wow, and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the White Rose of Hope and the Art of Seduction. Wow, okay, this is so freaky, because especially with this stone, the Art of Seduction, for that to come out, yeah, I love it when that happens. Okay, I'm actually getting that, I'm kind of getting a very strong relationship theme for this pile. You may have recently gone through some kind of breakup, or you may have recently lost a setting where you felt really secure. So now it's like you are hoping for some kind of reunion, or you are hoping for your partner to kind of come back to you, or for a reconciliation of some kind. Yeah, for some of you, definitely, I feel that there is the energy that you're in right now is kind of mourning. I don't know whether that's exactly the best word to use, but trying to cope with losing a relationship, or losing some kind of security, or secure arrangement that you were in with someone. For some of you, it may be that you were the one who maybe left your partner yourself, or who decided to experiment, or who felt a bit too bogged down or too like restricted or something, and you maybe wanted to get out of the confinement of the relationship that you're finding yourself in, but that you may now be kind of having second thoughts, or you may be regretting the choice, the decision. But just like whichever party you were, I am getting the sense that this is talking about a commitment, a long-term commitment, a stable relationship of some kind, and that this commitment has kind of disintegrated or fallen apart, or the thing that used to hold you together is now missing, or is not there anymore. So there is this I'm getting a lot of like nostalgia, or a lot of like looking back and hoping for things to kind of be the same again, or hoping for things to renew in a way, or for there to be some kind of rebirth. But yeah, I'm kind of trying to sense if I'm getting any other messages, but that is truly like, it's this relationship thing is so strong and it's so overpowering that I'm not really getting any other keywords at all. So if you haven't recently gone through a breakup, or if you are not in the middle of some kind of relationship issue where you and your partner are separated, or where you and your partner are on a break, or even if it wasn't recent, but if you are still hung up on someone from the past and you are hoping to come back together with them, if that's not you, and if you don't resonate with that scenario at all, then this may not be the pile for you. So I would suggest choosing another pile and seeing if that one works better for you. But yeah, that's kind of all that's coming through here. So I'm not even going to try and force any other. Oh, there's one more that was kind of hidden there. I'm not even going to try and force any other scenarios to come forward. So yeah, that's the keywords that I'm getting. The relationship theme is coming through very strong, and again, because of the stone, I do feel that it's coming through for a reason. It's coming out so strongly because that's the theme of the reading. But let's get into the actual urgent messages. So if this is your current situation and you are resonating with this, then let's see what you need to know the most right now, and also what you need to do right now. So let's see. Okay, we have the Chariot. Wow. All these major arcana cards. The Wheel of Fortune. The Nine of Cups in reverse, and the King of Cups. Yeah, well, again, getting these Cups cards is again a confirmation that this has got to do with emotions, with some deeply embedded feelings. Okay, so I feel that the most important thing for you to know at this time is that things are going to be looking up for you. With the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune coming out side by side like this, it is a very, very, very positive omen that things are going to be moving in a better direction for you, in a more positive direction for you. So if you have been hoping for your partner to return to you, or if you have been hoping for some kind of connection to be mended, to come back together again, then I would say that there is a very good chance of that happening, because you are getting such positive cards over here. But at the same time, I also feel like this is something that, like, the way that this situation is going to pan out is something that you cannot possibly foresee, that you cannot possibly predict. That it is that there is a bit of a like divine plan, divine orchestration that is embedded into this. And the most important thing for you to know is that it is going to be in your highest good. things are going to turn out for the best. That's definitely one thing that you need to know, that things are going to be working out for the best. But I also feel that if you want things to change, you kind of have to take initiative here. Because I'm getting with both of these cards, with the Chariot and the King of Cups, very like masculine energy, very assertive energy, very like a go-getter kind of energy. So regardless of whether you are male or female or however you identify, you have to be the more active part in this situation, and you have to kind of put yourself out there and express your true emotions, express your true feelings, and express your true unhappiness about the situation to the other person if you want to kind of resuscitate this connection, or if you want to have a chance at mending things and getting things kind of back on track. You're going to have to be the one to take initiative here. But I do feel that luck is on your side in this. It's actually such a positive reading, but I do feel inclined to emphasize that a lot of how things are going to be panning out, again, I feel like you can't really know, or there's no way for you to predict how things are going to go. Like, all you can do is take initiative, put yourself out there, be really honest, be really transparent, and be really authentic about how you feel and what you truly want. And I also get the sense that, at least for some of you, pride may be a very, how should I say it, a very important theme, or a very important aspect of yourself that you kind of have to get in check. If some of you feel that you truly, like, you want this other person back, or you want this connection to come alive again, but you don't want to be the one to kind of make yourself vulnerable or put yourself out there, or you don't want to be the one to kind of reveal your cards, so to say, then that's something that you kind of have to get over. You kind of have to push your pride to the side and focus on what it is that you truly want. Because again, I feel that luck is truly on your side and things are going to be working out for the best. But you do need to be the one to take initiative. You do need to be the one to step up and express yourself, to put yourself out there, to reveal your heart and all of your true deep emotions, and say what you want to say to this other person. And I feel like you have a really, really, really good chance of bringing this relationship back together, or mending your connection with this other person. Because for some reason I am getting the sense that this Knight of Wands in reverse is symbolizing someone doing something stupid, someone doing something like making a mistake, or doing something that they regret, doing something that they did out of like impulse, or out of like just a moment's infatuation or something like that. There was this like one very almost this one silly instance, or one moment of forgetting yourself or letting yourself go, and that kind of messed up a whole, like the whole foundation, or the whole this whole long-standing and stable and prosperous relationship that you had. Again, whether that was you or whether that was someone else, I'm okay. I'm sorry if this is not you, then please don't like be offended by this or anything. But I am getting more strongly that it was most likely you, or it's coming through. The energy of these cards is coming through as like it was you who caused this relationship to kind of fall apart or break apart. Because again, I see so much regret in these cards. It's like you're beating yourself up for doing this one thing, or for messing up, for slipping up. And now you are trying, or you are hoping to make things right again. So yeah, I feel like whatever the case is, right? It doesn't have to be like a cheating or a messing up scenario. But that's just kind of what's coming through very strongly. And again, if you are not the one who decided to leave the relationship, or who decided to, or who messed something up, right? If you are not the one, then this doesn't apply to you. But yeah, I just get this very strong sense that you may have messed up in some regard, and now you may be regretting what you did or how you behaved, and you really want to, again, get back to this very, very stable, very secure, and very, very supportive connection that you had. But again, as I said, it feels like your urgent message is that, you know, things are looking very positive for you in that regard. So really all you have to do is just be super authentic, super transparent, and say what you really feel to this other person. Push your pride aside if that is something that you struggle with, and really like put yourself out there. Take the first step and tell this other person how you are feeling. But let's see what these two oracle cards are going to tell us. These are going to show us what is going to help you in this situation. So let's see if we can get any. Oh, look at that. We have sacrifice. And we have emotional withdrawal. Yeah, wow. This is crazy how these cards are all coming together. So as I was saying before, I do feel that this has to be a part, like, or this has to be this step that you take, and it may be something that makes you feel uncomfortable, or it makes you kind of step out of your comfort zone. Well, that's kind of the same thing, but you know what I mean. Especially I'm getting this pride. This pride seems to be coming up so heavily that you may not be usually the one to like chase after someone, or you may be usually the person who other people come up to, or you may attract a lot of other people or a lot of other people's attention, something like that. You may not be the one who usually approaches someone, or, you know, goes after someone, right? But I feel like that's kind of what you have to do here. That is what is required of you to be able to get back together with this other person. Because again, with this emotional withdrawal coming out in reverse, it very much feels like you kind of have to step out of your shell. You have to really open up about what it is that you want. And because normally in traditional tarot, this card over here is the 8 of Cups. So with it coming out in reverse, it is a clear indication that you are so not done with this connection, that a part of your heart is very much still attached to the situation or to this other person, and you are not ready. You're not ready to walk away. You're not ready to leave or to let go. And it might be because of these major arcana cards coming out over here, and this is actually a major arcana card as well. This is the Hanged Man in traditional tarot. So you're getting 3 major arcanas and 3 cups cards. It may actually be that this person is the right person for you. That this may be a connection that is, again, as I said, as there is a certain like divine orchestration, or a hand of fate that is in this connection, that is a part of this connection. So it may actually be that this person is someone that you are truly supposed to be with. And yeah, but as I said, you have to put yourself out of your comfort zone and really come out of your shell, reveal your heart, reveal your vulnerabilities and what you truly feel and desire inside, and kind of see what happens. But as I said, luck is on your side. So yeah, if you are lacking courage in that department, or if you are feeling like hesitant about approaching this person, maybe you don't know how this person is going to react. And I do have to say, with the Wheel of Fortune coming out over here, there's really no telling how this person is going to react. It does feel like the cards are kind of saying that, you know, you don't know what is going to happen, and you can't know what is going to happen. But it is a very strong encouragement for you to take that step, to initiate the process, and to go after what it is that you want. Okay? Because there is hope here. Wow, look at that. We have Elephant Spirit, learn from the past, and Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. Oh my goodness, how crazy is that? So these two oracle cards that we have over here, these last oracle cards, are the most important pieces of advice that Spirit has for you for this journey. So, oh my goodness, this elephant spirit is like the most perfect guidance that you could possibly get. So basically what Spirit is saying to you is that it is all in your hands to make this connection come back to life. It is all in your hands to get exactly what it is that you want. Because like things are, again, luck is on your side. Things are going to work out for you, or things are going to work out in the best way. And you kind of just have to trust that you are able to kind of get what it is that you want. You have to believe in yourself and believe in the reason that you are doing this for, right? Because I do feel that you yourself feel as well that this person that either you walked away from or that walked away from you because of something that you did, or just whatever the reason was that this relationship broke apart, you feel that this other person is the right person for you. You feel that they are your, like, quote unquote, the one, right? So I just feel like the Spirit is kind of coming through to confirm this for you, to say that, you know, trust in yourself and believe in your ability to make this connection come back to life, to make things right with this other person. But also I feel that this, as I said, this feels like the most important card on this table here. If you were the one, and again, as I said, if you are not the one who messed up, then you don't have to take this part on board. But if you were the one who messed up this relationship, who caused this breaking apart to happen, then moving forward, you really have to learn from your mistakes. You cannot repeat the past mistakes, because I don't feel like this luck is going to be on your side another time. And for some reason, I don't really even feel like you really want to like make the same mistake again, or that you would want to do whatever it is that you did. I don't feel like you actually even consider that, because you're coming through as the King of Cups over here, very mature, very much knowing exactly what it is that you want. And again, this Knight of Wands, because we are comparing the Knight and the King, this feels like a silly, just impulsive, really like not having thought things through and just kind of stepping out of line because of a stupid mistake. And this feels very much like you truly know what your heart is set on. You truly know that your heart is set on this other person. So I feel like you are actually mature. You are actually emotionally very confident and very, again, very set, right, on what it is that you want, what truly makes you happy. I feel like you know that. So yeah, this is just kind of telling you to not make the same mistake again. But if you are not the cause of this breaking apart, or if if the relationship broke apart for other reasons, then I just feel like the message here is to move forward from a place of more kind of more compassion and more understanding, and again to remember everything that happened and everything that went wrong the first time around, right? Everything that caused this relationship to break apart, and to make sure that that doesn't happen again, right? So it's very important to move forward in a very wise and a very compassionate, a very understanding way. But oh my goodness, I feel like I have to stop talking, because otherwise I'm just going to start repeating myself way too much, because that tends to happen. So I'm just going to cut it off over here, and I feel like your message was just so incredibly straightforward that I don't even have to say anything else anymore. The main urgent message, or the only kind of keyword that I want you to take away from this pile number 3, is that the relationship that you are hoping to resuscitate, it's looking very, very good for you, and it seems that you can be very successful at it. You just have to push your pride aside and be the one to take the lead and to put yourself like on a platter to this other person and tell them how you truly feel. So if you're able to put yourself out of your comfort zone and make yourself vulnerable, then I feel like things are looking really, really good for you. Pile number 3. There is a lot of hope. There is a lot of positive energy coming through these cards. So it seems to me that you are getting a second chance, pile number 3, if that is something that you are hoping for. And based on these cards, it feels like it is. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, pile number 3, for watching this reading. This was something very different, I have to be honest. This was very different. But at the same time, it is a very, very positive reading. So I hope that you got the reassurance and the confidence and the encouragement that you needed to get to go after what it is that you want. And yeah, it seems like you are very supported at this time. So make the most of this and go after what you desire. But I am wishing you guys all the best. I'm wishing you so much luck on this endeavor. If I don't see you in any of the other piles, then I am sending you guys so much love and light. I am wishing you all the best, and I do hope that you take really good care of yourselves, okay? If you enjoyed this, then I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up and if you decided to subscribe. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next reading very, very soon. Bye-bye. And finally, hello, pile number 4. You guys chose the Serpentine stone. I'm going to put it over here. I hope that is going to stay in place and that it won't like wobble around too much, because it tends to do that. But yeah, the Serpentine stone is actually such a cool stone. It is very special in a way, I feel like, or at least I have a very special connection to it. It is very earthy on the one side, but at the same time, it is also very like ethereal and very spiritual, because it's, as you probably could guess from the name as well and from the appearance of the stone, it is associated with snakes, hence like the earthy, right? The earthy quality, but also because snakes are symbols of like wisdom and healing and spirituality. That kind of side comes into it as well. So it's a very nicely balanced stone, and it's also somewhat like magical in my eyes. But anyway, enough of the stone. Let's get into your cards. So we are going to start off with these 4 cards over here, and these 4 cards are going to give us some context into your current energy. We're going to see what is happening right now, or what kind of situation you find yourself in, and based on these keywords you can decide whether this is actually the right pile for you. But also we can kind of get a preview as to what these urgent messages are regarding. So let's see. We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, and the Ace of Pentacles. Very earthy energy straight off the bat. We have Lorelei and Liberty. Wow. Okay. So I kind of feel like you are standing at the precipice of something. Like there is a new beginning or a fresh start that you are in the middle of right now, where everything is open for you. Whatever you decide to do, it's kind of all up in the air right now. There is a lot of freedom, as you can see with this Liberty card as well. There's a lot of freedom, so it's truly up to you, like how you want your life to progress from this moment forward or from this moment on. For some of you, it could be that you recently quit your job, or maybe you lost your job or something like that. But it seems that there is some kind of like, for some of you, it could be like a profession change or shift that has happened, where you are now like stepping into a whole new area of work. Or maybe you even like, maybe for some of you, you didn't like leave your job, but maybe you got a promotion, or maybe you got some kind of new and exciting opportunity. but I more strongly feel that this is something that is not tied to what you were doing before. This is something that you don't really have too much experience in, I feel like, and it's kind of, as I said, it's kind of all open. It's all open fields, and it's really up to you how you want to move forward, how you want to progress. Some of you may have actually moved as well. You may be finding yourself in like a completely new city or a completely new country, or if you were in the US or some other countries where you have states, you may be in a completely new state or something like that. But it seems that you have kind of stepped into very new, very fresh energy, and you may be feeling some like trepidation, or you may be feeling some insecurity, uncertainty, but it's just because things are kind of also open. That you may not really have anything too specific to grab onto. But at the same time, I feel like there is a lot of excitement as well. The kind of the fear and excitement are two sides of the same coin, because you also realize that like you have all of these opportunities in front of you. Like it's almost like exciting that you're not sure where your life is going to go, or which direction you're going to move in specifically. That you have this sense of freedom, and you have this sense of ability to like discover and make your way in this whole new world, or this whole new reality that you find yourself in, this whole new circumstances. So again, whether this is work related, whether this is like some kind of living arrangement, or you're like home related, or I don't really feel like a relationship. I also feel that it has to do with your work or with your living situation somehow. Yeah, it's very nice energy that also feels somewhat scary, but at the same time it's very exciting. Yeah, I don't know, I literally just thought of a snake, because that's kind of the same feeling that I get. It's like they can be very scary, but they can also be really like exotic, and they can be very again, almost like alluring, or there is something like very mystical, very interesting about them as well, very like captivating. So that's kind of the same energy that I feel that you are in right now, that you are captivated by what is happening, you are captivated by where you are, and it is very exciting, but at the same time you are maybe a bit scared as well, and maybe feeling a bit unsure of yourself, because it is something new that you are finding yourself in. Let's look at these urgent messages that Spirit has for you. We are going to look at what you need to know and what you need to do right now. So starting off, we have Justice in reverse. Okay, I feel like I may be mistaken, but I feel like every single pile has started off with a major arcana. Oh my goodness. And the Devil. Okay. And whoa, the Lovers and the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, you have so many major arcana cards. This is insane. Wow. Okay, I feel like what you need to know, what is really important, like probably the most important message for you, is that you really need to check your fears. Because as I said, I feel like you have like both of these sensations where you are excited, but at the same time you are scared. And I feel like you need to really check in with yourself and make sure that the scared part doesn't become too powerful, doesn't like overwhelm you to the point where you like stop doing what you need to do, or where you stop taking the necessary action. There has to be a healthy balance, and I feel like right now what is kind of coming through here is that the fear part might be getting a bit too much weight. It might be kind of becoming a bit too powerful. So you really, really, really need to check that, okay? You need to check in with yourself. Okay, there's also something interesting that I'm noticing. So Do you see how on this devil card, these two people are chained, or they are tethered to this like one stone or whatever this stadium thing is that the devil is standing on. And then this little mermaid here, Lorelei, is holding, or is has the kind of the ship on his head as well. So I kind of feel like there may be something or someone who has a bit too much power over you in the situation that you are in right now. If it's not a specific person that you feel has a lot of like influence over you, or influence over your decisions, influence over your life, then it could be a certain aspect of yourself. It could be fear, but it could also be some kind of like self-sabotaging trait in you, where you may kind of hold yourself back. Not even like, I don't feel like you're doing it on purpose. It's something that is more so in your subconscious, or something that you do unconsciously, where you maybe sabotage your own growth, or you sabotage your own opportunities, because either you may feel that internally you are not deserving of them, or that maybe you may be afraid of the kind of changes that it is going to bring, or something like that. But I do get the sense that for some of you, it's not just fear that is like kind of that is like threatening to overpower you, but it's mostly like these insecurities, or these doubts about yourself, where you, again, it may be that you are like sabotaging your own progress, and your maybe even, again, the opportunities that come your way, because you are afraid of what might happen if you go with these opportunities, or if you succeed, or something like that. And if it is not something internal for you, if this devil and this Lorelei card, if those cards are actually representing, as I said, someone else, like another person in your life who has a lot of influence over you, then I feel like you really need to ask yourself and set the matter straight for yourself, whether this person's like influence is actually beneficial for you, and to what extent you should listen to their advice, or you should follow like what they expect of you, or what they feel is the right thing for you, or something like that. I feel like there has to be a certain sort of like a certain checking in with yourself that needs to happen here. Because again, whether this is someone else, or whether this is your own insecurity and fear, your own self-sabotaging that is happening here, it has too much power over you, and it is it's causing things to get out of balance, basically. So I kind of feel like what needs to happen is that you need to confront. If it's yourself, then you need to confront yourself, or if it's someone else, then you need to confront this other person. But you have to, like, the way to go about it is to be more so loving, to be more so compassionate, and not overly forceful. If this is something that is like an internal or a trait of yours, right, where you get so caught up in your own fears and in your own insecurities that you end up pushing away any opportunities or any possibilities of growth for yourself, then I feel like you kind of need to face your own tendencies, but you need to have patience, and you need to have compassion for yourself, and you need to have understanding for yourself. And as you are kind of peeling back the layers and trying to understand what these traits are actually stemming from, I feel like you kind of have to do it from a very healing place. Again, remember, the serpentine stone and the snake also represents healing, right? Healing wisdom. So as you are kind of getting to the bottom of this, as you are getting to the root causes of the things that are kind of hindering your progress, or that are hindering your movement forward, there has to be like compassion. There has to be, again, a lot of patience and a lot of gentleness with yourself. But the same kind of applies for if it's someone else, right? I just feel like the way for you to approach the situation and to gain clarity in the situation is to be very, very loving, very gentle, very, again, very understanding, right? This is a card of Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and that's all about the planet of communication. And I feel like communication and like understanding, trying to put yourself in the other person's shoes, and trying to like understand where that point of view is coming from. That's very important, especially because you're also getting the card of Justice, which is a card of Libra, right? Again, balance, fairness, like those kinds of things are very, very important as you are like trying to solve this thing, or trying to understand what is holding you back. Because I do see that, as I said, I do see that you are in this like whole new beautiful energy. Everything is kind of open to you. Everything is like, this is like this fresh new slate, but it's like something from the past is still holding on to you, or you are still holding on to something from the past. And I'm even like, now that I'm looking at this like Liberty card, there is this cage, and even though the cage door is open and the little dove or the little bird could fly out and follow the stars that are laid up for him, he's not doing it. He's still in this cage. So yeah, I kind of feel like there is something that is hindering your growth, something that is hindering your development. And you really need to get to the bottom of that. You really need to sort that out. But again, do it from a very loving and a very compassionate place. More strongly, I actually feel that this hindrance is an internal thing, that it's a trait of yours, that is that this is the self-sabotage that this Devil card is representing. But again, take it as it resonates. For some of you, it could be someone else as well. But I am more so getting a personal influence here, or like this is some kind of internal thing here. So again, I love it how every single pile has had some kind of relation to the stone that they chose. And for you guys, it seems very clearly that this is talking about healing, that this is talking about becoming more self-aware and becoming more conscious of your own traits and your own kind of limitations, where you trip yourself up in moving forward. Because even like looking at this Eight of Pentacles, I just want to also point out that as on this card, the lady is painting the butterfly, right? So I feel like the thing that is happening here is that you are almost limiting your own transformation, or you are kind of hindering your own transformation. Because again, it's like something is having a hold on you, or something is making you maybe a bit too afraid to move forward and to truly like go and explore this new energy that you find yourself in. But let's see if we can get some more advice from these two oracle cards. They are going to show us what is going to help you as you are going through this energy. Wow, look at that. We have shadow in reverse. A lot of major arcana. Oh, and look at that. Solitude. Yeah. By the way, same like numerological sequence coming through over here. We have 18, which reduces down to 9, and we have 9 over here. And we also actually, I noticed that earlier, we have the Devil, which is number 15, and we have the Lovers, which is number 6. So again, 2 6s coming through, and these cards are actually like kind of mirror cards, or they go together in tarot. So yeah, this is actually the Moon card, and this is the Hermit card in traditional tarot, but you are getting a lot of major arcana cards. Oh my goodness. So this healing is major. This is very, 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 very big healing that you are doing, and that you are asked to do as well. So again, I feel like what is going to help you with the Solitude card is truly, as I was saying before, like gaining this self-awareness and gaining this this knowledge about yourself. So really taking the time to delve deep into, as I was saying, right, to get to the bottom of where the roots are. And that's kind of the same thing with the Shadow card over here. It's like pinpointing exactly, I feel like these two cards are actually summing it up so beautifully, pinpointing where these like where these shadowy traits in you, where these limiting traits in you, where are they coming from? Like shining light to those aspects so that you could break free from them, so that you could release yourself of them, so that you could start noticing whenever these kind of traits or reflexes come up for you that try and kind of hold you back, or that try and steer you into another direction that is maybe not the direction that you want to go in. So yeah, it's very important for you to do the introspection, to do the to kind of do the check-in with yourself, to make sense of what is causing this, to make sense of where these insecurities lie. I actually feel like this is reminding me of, I think it was pile number 2 who had a very a similar reading in a way. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, you might want to watch that one as well. But anyway, yeah, I feel like I don't even have to go over it any more times, because the cards kind of speak for themselves. And with the devil and shadow coming out, like both of those cards coming out, again, it does feel very much like there is some shadow work that needs to happen here. There has to be confrontation of your own fears, of your own limitations, and that is what is going to help you. But again, like doing it from a place of compassion for yourself, because in truth, I feel like even this is so crazy, but I just now realize that this Lorelei is a little girl. It's a child. It may be like something to do with your inner child. So maybe inner child work is going to really help you. It seems that whatever is holding you back has to do with some kind of insecurities that have been deeply rooted, like from your childhood already. So I feel like you have to kind of have compassion towards that inner child, or towards that part of you that is scared, that is feeling threatened, and again, to kind of approach it in a very non-aggressive way, because any kind of like attack or any kind of hostility, I feel like is not going to do the job. It's not going to get you the result that you are after, because like I feel like what needs to happen in the end with this Lovers card is that you accept these traits in yourself and you integrate them into your being, rather than like trying to push them down or trying to kind of get rid of them or something like that, but accepting them as part of you, and not like beating yourself up or like making yourself feel bad about having these traits or having these fears, having these insecurities. But I feel like you just have to kind of become aware of them so that you could truly set yourself free from these ties or from these limitations, and make the most of these opportunities that present themselves to you. But we're going to close this reading out any second, I promise. We're just going to look at these last 2 oracle cards over here, and they are going to show us the most important pieces of advice that Spirit has for you as you are going through this process. We have Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. And Mother Earth, oh, feel loved and comforted. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so beautiful. Like, and it's exactly like below the Lovers card as well, which is just too perfect, because that's what I've been repeating like 100 times by now, I feel like already. So I don't want to repeat it too much, because I know that it gets super annoying. But this Mother Earth card with feel loved and comforted is just a very, very, very big confirmation that gentleness and care is the way to go, is the way to approach this situation. And I also feel like it's a confirmation that, you know, you are supported as well, that your spiritual team is supporting you as you're going through this as well. And I even love that there are these butterflies that are flying all around, that, you know, you can see on this card as well, where it's almost like going through this, like diving deep within and shining light on these shadowy traits in you. That's what is going to allow the transformation to be complete, and again, for you to be liberated. Because with this lizard spirit coming out over here, again, I get the sense that like everything is open for you. You have so much potential, so much possibility in front of you. You can literally, I feel like you can literally do whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. The only thing that is holding yourself back is you. The only thing that is in your way is yourself. Or for some of you, like someone else who has a very strong influence. But again, more strongly, I feel like this is all you. This is talking about you. Yeah, you can truly have any kind of life that you want. And I feel like that's kind of what this card is suggesting as well, to imagine what kind of life you would truly want to live. But again, I feel like before that can happen, there has to be some shadow work, or some inner child work, some introspection, and trying to kind of sort out your own limiting tendencies, which I know, trust me, I know that it can be so frustrating to hear, especially if you have been healing, if you have been doing a lot of work on yourself already. It can sometimes feel like, how much more, how much more do I have to do? But as annoying as shadow work and like going through your own psyche is, it is also really rewarding. So yeah, I feel like this is very much worth it. So to sum this message up, I feel like the most urgent thing for you to know is that before you can like fully appreciate and fully make the most of this new energy that you are in and these new opportunities that are being presented to you, you have to kind of delve deep into yourself. You have to kind of spend some time with yourself and try and find out what is still kind of holding on to you, or what is still having some kind of negative influence on you. What is it that you haven't been able to shake? Like, where are these fears and insecurities coming from? And once you realize that, once you know that, it's very important for you to accept them for what they are and take that part of newfound wisdom and move forward with that. Because I truly do feel that this is all up to you. This is all in your hands. You have the whole world in front of you, in a way, metaphorically speaking. And it's really just a question of what is it that you want to achieve? Where is it that you want to go? But again, I feel like your inner child has to feel safe. These shadowy parts of you that feel threatened, that feel insecure, they have to feel safe for you to be able to fully step into the new and to fully make the most of these new energies. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I just feel like this was so like a very heavy reading in a way, but at the same time it also feels very important, like very, very, very important. And I hope that this reading, even though again I know that it wasn't like sunshines and rainbows and all these like positive, happy things that people are hoping to hear in tarot readings, I do hope that it gave you something to think about, and it's kind of going to help you to move forward in the most efficient and the most beneficial way for yourself. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna leave it there, pile number 4. Thank you so much for watching this reading, if you are still here. And yeah, if this spoke to you at all, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up. And if you feel open to share your details, then leave a comment as well. I would love to hear from you. But if you don't want to, that's fine. Just leaving me a thumbs up will let me know that you enjoyed this, or that I don't know whether you can actually enjoy this, because as I said, it's not maybe the most like happy, or like you maybe don't want to hear those things, but I would really appreciate it if you let me know if this helped you in any way. And I would love it even more if you decided to subscribe and stick around, because I promise that not all of the readings are going to be like this. And if any of the other piles called out to you, then I highly recommend that you watch those as well. But yeah, if I don't see you in any of the other piles, then I am wishing you guys all the best, and I'm sending you so much love and light. And I truly do hope to see you very soon in one of my next videos. Okay? Take care of yourselves, pile number 4. Bye-bye.